And this guy had police come to his house. He had went to register his assault rifle, and he had police come to his house. They said they wanted to check the serial number on his rifle, and come to find out they weren't there to check on the serial number of his rifle at all. They told him he had a misdemeanor possession charge from 15 years ago. And they were taking every gun that he had. They will find anything in your past, and that's what they're doing. They are looking. Once they find out you have guns, which if you register, they know you have guns, they're going to look into anything in your past to come up with any excuse they can to take those guns away. And that's not going to be just for the people who are registering. Eventually that's going to spread. New York State has to know that we know what you're doing, New York State. We see you, and you're not going to do this quietly like you think you've been doing it quietly. So far, all the confiscations that I know of, that I'm familiar with, are taking place by state police. Other agencies, I know of one agency that was requested to do it, and they refused to do it. So the state police ended up doing that confiscation.
It's common knowledge that police departments across the U.S. are becoming more and more militarized. In a surprising move, the embattled Albuquerque Police Department in New Mexico is getting 350 AR-15 rifles at approximately $1,000 a piece. That's $350,000 paid for by tax dollars. What's more shocking is that APD is currently under an active DOJ investigation for allegations that officers engage in a pattern of excessive force, including unreasonable deadly force against civilians. Now, back in March, APD sparked national outrage when a police video went viral showing the assault and killing of 38-year-old homeless camper James Boyd in the Sandia foothills.
As 10 News reporter Michael Chen found out, Santee's mayor is vowing to get involved if that tenant is forced out.
And of all things, the American flag? Really? In America?
Disbelief outside a Santee apartment. The son of a veteran, Steve Roberts, on Monday showed us the flag he proudly hangs inside his window. The flag he says the new apartment management company objected to.
Her district manager told her to tell me that if I take down the American flag, they'll consider renewing my lease. I flat out told her that she's anti-American and I find it discriminatory and prejudice.
Roberts' lease has not been renewed, and he's now on a month-to-month lease. After our story aired, sites like the Drudge Report picked the story up. Angry comments poured in, one person calling the management company garbage. A spokesperson for that company tells us that apartment manager has gotten horrific calls and emails, with threats like, "I know what apartment you live in and you're going to pay." Employee names and addresses have been published online. The apartment manager is now afraid to stay in her own home. When it comes to the flag, the company says we have no policy against flags. We would never terminate a lease over the ownership of a flag. They did tell us the lease terms do ban tenants from using their own window coverings. Robert says the flag is not a window covering.
I am not covering the window at all. All I do is close the blinds. You don't see the flag.
And realize that the new economy is to put tens of millions of people, we already have the biggest prison population in the world, in this archipelago, this giant chain of facilities all over the country.
They take you to the FEMA camps being built by Halliburton right now to house 50 million Americans. They're building enough concentration camps in America by Halliburton. Now, if you go out and you find a pink dot on your mailbox, that means that they believe you'll be a good slave and you're going to go along with the program and serve our international Antichrist masters. And that's the problem we have today. This conspiracy is so monstrous, so demonic, that we tell people about it and they say, "You're crazy. This is America. It can't happen here."
Last thing the men behind the curtain want is a conscious, informed public capable of critical thinking, which is why a continually fraudulent zeitgeist is output via religion, the mass media, and the educational system. They seek to keep you in a distracted, naive bubble, and they are doing a damn good job of it. This is Aaron Russo, a filmmaker and former politician. To his left is Nicholas Rockefeller of the infamous Rockefeller banking and business dynasty. After maintaining a close friendship with Nicholas Rockefeller, Aaron eventually ended the relationship, appalled by what he had learned about the Rockefellers and their ambitions.
I got a call one day from an attorney woman I knew, and she said, "Would you like to meet one of the Rockefellers?" I said, "Sure, I'd love to." and we became friends, and he began to divulge a lot of things to me. So he said to me one night, he said that there's going to be an event there, and out of that event, you're going to see, we're going to go into Afghanistan, so we can run pipelines from the Caspian Sea. We're going to go into Iraq to take the oil and establish a base in the Middle East, and we're going to go into Venezuela and try and get rid of Chavez. And the first two they've accomplished. Chavez they didn't accomplish. And they said you're going to see guys going into caves looking for looking for people that they're never going to find. You know, he was laughing about the fact that you have this war on terror. There's no real enemy. He's talking about how by having this war on terror, you can never win it because it's an eternal war, and so you can always keep taking people's liberties away. And I said, how are you going to convince people that this war is real? He said, but the media can convince everybody it's real. I mean, you know, it's just that you keep talking about things, you keep saying it over and over and over again, and eventually people believe it. You know, you created the Federal Reserve in 1913 through lies. You create 9/11, which is another lie. Through 9/11, you're fighting a war on terror, and now all of a sudden you go into Iraq, which was another lie, and now they're going to do Iran. You know, and it's all one thing leading to another, leading to another, leading to another. Now, I would say, what are you doing this for? What's the point of this thing? You have all the money in the world you ever want. You have all the power. I said, you know, you're hurting people. It's not a good thing. And he would say, what do you care about the people for? Take care of yourself and you take care of your family. And then I said to him, what are the ultimate goals here? He said, the ultimate goal is to get everybody in this world chipped with the RFID chip, and have all money be on those chips and everything on those chips. And if anybody wants to protest what we do or violate what we want, we just turn off their chip.